Hello peeps, this is my 2 terabyte drive. It's just a showcase. I'm not going to click on any games on it because it's an old drive I've done with somebody, and they like the PlayStation and that. It's the drive's just set on an old Dell Optiplex, so it won't run on the PlayStation 2 and stuff. So it's just basically a showcase at drive to show you what sort of numbers you've got. So if you look where the video's playing in the bottom left hand corner, just up above it, it'll tell you how many games is in that thing. So that's all the games on the drive, which is 27,388. So I'm not going to reel them off and go through them, talking over them. I'll just go down slowly so you can see. Like there, Amstrad CPC 1945. And now I'll go without chatting.
A champ. I am go.
So that was just a quick rundown of the systems, what's on it. So a couple of the ones, I've changed it a little bit from the old 2 terabyte system. So a couple of the ones, the systems that I've put on differently will be that's unique to this. Well, for one, the Scum VM's unique to my 2TB system. If you like your old point and click adventure games like Beneath Steel Sky and Secrets of Monkey Island and your Leisure Suit Larry sort of games, this is a really good system.
Oh.
And all these as well, I've been through every one of these games. I don't know where it's actually saved, the file that I did, but I went through every single one of these games and every single one works. Any game that didn't work, I took it out. So if you do click a game which doesn't work, if you click and hold your A button on a game, this applies to all the different systems. Go into advanced game options. On the emulator, it will either run through that or that, 100%. So if you click a game, I'll try this one. Like I say, there's no graphics card, there's nothing in this, it's an old Dell Optiplex, so it'll be okay with certain systems. But if you click a game that doesn't run, I'm hoping this one doesn't, just to show you, but it looks like it's going to. Yeah, there you go, it's running. But if they don't run, you can just click that. I'm not 100% certain, I did do it on a system, and then I don't know whether I saved it or not, but I went through every single one and made sure so every single game you clicked on loaded. But I don't know whether I saved the file to this system. But it's no issue, it's just a quick click on it. Goblins 1 and 2 ain't got artwork built to it. Anyway. Xbox, obviously that's unique to the 2TB. Xbox emulation that ain't perfect. There's a couple of games in here that I know don't work properly, which is Driver Free's one of Driver's one of them, or Driver Free, whichever one it is. It's got graphical issues. Far Cry Instincts as well. They load up, but they've got really bad graphical issues. They're the only two I know of. I've not really clicked on and played through a lot, but I've made sure all these load. So every one of these Xbox games loads up. Whether they play and they don't crash it, I'm not 100%. Quick go through them. That's a little bit disappointing because I've just actually downloaded all the different logos for them, and for some reason it hasn't saved. So I'll quickly do that again before, but where they're Xbox boxes, I'll have them there. They're all there because I've just done it literally 10 minutes ago and it hasn't saved for some reason. But there we go. I'll just show you what I mean with one. Like that there, it's got the box up for where the logo is, Strike Force Bowling. Click it. Click straight. There's a massive input lag when you're filming on the video capture device. So there you go, click that. And it will change it from the box to the logo. I've just literally done all this. It took me ages, and it's put them all back again now for some crazy reason, but I'll do it again. It won't take too long or something. So the games that do work on here, they work really good. The Xbox emulator's not great. It's not been updated as much as the other ones. So even though they're there, like that Far Cry Instincts, one day you might play. I'll try not to talk about music because it sometimes you can't hear me. GameCube's got a few more games in the PlayStation, the 2TB one. DS is another system that I've only put on my 2TB system. There's a few good games in here, to be fair, that are worth playing on. But what I did with if I scroll quickly, the volume won't come on, so it won't drown me out talking. What I did was I went on, with the DS, I went on the top 150 games. So I've got about 3,500. I put the top 150 games on, and then I added about another, whatever it is, I can't remember, to top the numbers up to what they are, with games that I thought would be popular as well to people. So There should be, if you're a DS fan, there should be every top game that was out, as it was off the list. So that's that. Same with the 3DS. I think I did the top 25, then added a couple extra. These will only run if you got a not a decent graphics card, but you need a graphics card in to run these. Some games will run fine, but then some are quite awkward to emulate, so you'll need a bit of a better graphics card in. Pokemon games, for those who are interested. I never played Pokemon. Zelda classics. That's them. So all these are pretty much like with all the systems. My 500 gig, my 1 terabyte, and my 2 terabyte for all your Segas and Genesis and Game Gears and everything else. They're all the exact same system. It's the bigger, like the PSP, the PlayStation 1 has got more games on this. It's the same as the 1 terabyte one. PlayStation 2's not on my 1 terabyte one. Dreamcast. But with the numbers, like on the Dreamcast, with the numbers, it's pretty much every game that were released in UK. There's more, but what you won't find, there won't be a game missing that's a popular game in these. Be very surprised there's a game that you wanted if you was a Dreamcast fanboy and it weren't in here, to be fair. I'm not going to go through everything, it's just basically a showcase. You can see sort of what numbers is on there, and you can see that they're not just all the old crappy games. PlayStation 1 1134, PlayStation 2 548, my old one had 444 files in. Excuse me. But a lot of them was the ISO files, and the other type of file, I can't remember what they are now, where they've got like the Q file with them. So I've made them all CHD files, which are smaller and also a lot faster. So that's a little tip. If you've got a PlayStation 2 emulator on Batocera, and some of your games like my old God of War 2 used to take bloody ages to load up. Now I've changed it to the CHD file, it loads up instantly. So, and every game does, and every one of these is a CHD file now. I've took any ISO files out. And of course that made more room, because there was only 444 on before. No, it's 500, excuse me, 500 odd PlayStation games. PlayStation 2 games, sorry. I'll show a few more PlayStation 2 games, obviously that's the most popular system on here probably, for most. And also, somebody's got a Wii Dolphin bar. Instead of having so many PlayStation 2 games, I could take some of these out and put like, whatever, like 100 odd Wii games in, or whatever. I've got about 1200 Wii games. I'll scrape that while I'm here. Again, it's the input lag because of the video software, capturing software. And there we go. So if there's any files, when you get it, if you see any of them, with this Metal Gear Substance here, there's three. If you notice, it's all the same video and it all says the same game, but if you actually click and hold it, don't delete them, you can hide them from in the menu. But if you go into the edit games metadata, look, it tells you right at the top that that's disc 1. So it's a free disc game. Oops. A little bit more. I believe, I'm not 100% certain now, of how the PS2 emulator works. Not one there, but I'm going to leave that for now. Same with these videos here. I thought I got rid of most of them. It says this game is not playable. Don't believe that. If you go down and think, oh, it's not going to work, just click it and play it, because I've probably clicked about 40 of them games. This is the one that's loading the video, the screenscaper. Oh, it's saying it works now. So let me find one that's saying it doesn't work. There you go, that's saying it doesn't work, so I'll click it. That's because they haven't got a graphics card or anything, or the BIOS file's in there. I don't know why it's saying that. Well, basically I've clicked probably, I couldn't say, but probably about 30, 40, 50 of these games that say they don't work on the video, and then you click them and they work and play fine. So this is PlayStation 2, this is running me out of graphics card or anything, and it's set on 1920 by 1080. That's unusual. That's a PlayStation 1 game, that's probably why it's doing it. Bizarre. There you go. That's probably why it doesn't work, so it'll never again for PlayStation 2. But I find odd thing like that, I suppose. See, Need for Speed Carbon saying it. These definitely won't run on they'll load, but so there's no card routing, so this will struggle like hell. At least it's a PlayStation 2 game. That's the first time I've ever seen that, so. You see how slow it's going to run. Like I say, this is this PC, this computer it's in, the drives in will not run PlayStation 2 at all. And they set on 1920 by 1080, so it'll make it even worse. But there you go, I'm just going to show you it loads, where it says it doesn't load, so. And that say they don't load, just don't believe them. And it gives metadata. New Speed Most Wanted. There's two versions of this, that's what I'm looking. New Speed Most Wanted Black Edition, so it's basically the same game, I don't know. But it tells you on the actual case down in the bottom left hand corner it's a Black Edition, it just doesn't say it where the game is. I thought it was a repeat game. Anyway, Ratchet and Clanks, a little bit faster. So, let's see PS2, there's a few more PSP games on here as well. And with this drive, what I'm sending to a customer, and also what I'm going to do in the future with it, until they bring the updates out. This is running on a beta 35. For Batocera, and basically when they upgraded from 33 to 34, it affected the PSP emulation, and it made it not very good. And also on the new one, there's an update for the PlayStation 2 emulator, so I put the beta on. Apparently all the testing in beta is saying it's running fine, so it's fixed the PSP. So that's why it'll come up and say it's on a beta, but it's going to be released real soon anyway, the 35. I should think before the end of this month it'll be released. Great little system, PSP is. And let's say this is... let's try that. Like I've said a million times, this is a PC without a graphics card, and this will show you this I'll look to see how a PSP game runs on it. I'm saying it's got no graphics card or anything, and this is just onboard graphics. Obviously, you're better off sticking these drives in a PC with a card of some sort in. Don't need to be a great powerful one. The system I used to use was I don't know, GT 1030 low profiling. And that run the PlayStation 2 games fine. But you literally... my phone's sick. You literally have to have the set on the lowest setting. You know, obviously if you put them up any at all, it wouldn't run it. But seems to be running fairly okay. So that's not on 1920 by 1080. You're saying there's no graphics card or anything in? It's okay. Let's go down a few of these and then I'll wrap it up. It's just to show you what sort of numbers you're going to get and what to expect on the 2 terabyte drive. I've just seen there's some artwork that's missing off there. I thought I'd got it all, but you can do it and do it and do it for. I've been putting artwork on these systems for bloody months and months and months, and setting my games systems up for ages. So I could go back on it for the next 2 or 3 months and find little bits that I've missed and stuff like that. But if you do like I've just said, if there's a game missing, hold your A button on, go on to scrape. Don't click favourites like I've just done again. Scrape, and then it'll come up there. You can load it from the different ones. See different box art. Screenscaper tends to be the best one. There's some systems that aren't in Screensaver, Screen Scraper, but it tends to be overall the better one. Also, when you go into the PlayStation 2, I'll see if I can find another one as well quickly now. One that says that the game's not playable. I can find one. Typical. Anyway, sometimes I'll just do it because it's not like I'm going to plan myself starting to talk absolute classic games over. Second tension. Right, so I'm not going to find one bullet for it. But anyway, if you can find a game that says the video there isn't showing the game that says this game's not playable, if you can do one to scrape, what you'll tend to find, the Screenscaper video is the one that's saying it's not playable. If there's one on the game database or the other one that comes on the bottom and there's another video there, click that. They're not usually as good quality, but it won't be saying this game's not playable. I'd really like to find one and show you. I'm going to have a quick look through games anyway, while I find one. Typical. I went looking for them. There were about 4 or 5 that said it. Now I'm looking for one. I can't find one that says it. There we go. I've just seen one. Batocera Martians. Try that. No, it's not got a video. Sometimes that'll have a video there, basically. So if you click that one, it will put the video in. So it's not saying this game is not playable. But let's check. This game is not playable. Again, to say, I don't know why it's saying the BIOS. I'm pretty sure it's because there's no graphics card or anything in, because I know 100% that every BIOS file's in there. Pretty sure if I went downstairs and plugged it into the other PC, at one of the other PCs I've got downstairs, it'll not be saying it. Well, there you go. That's another 2 terabyte, another game on the 2 terabyte that doesn't work. Look, it clearly does work. So quit out of it. That's basically it. So that's what you're going to get with the 2 terabyte drive. Thank you. See you later.